Hey everybody, my name is Andrew Krauss. I'm one of the co-founders here at inventRight. We got a great promotion going on now, but that's not what I'm going to talk to you about. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the history of inventRight and why we do what we do and why it can help you. If you want more information on the promotion, please go on over to the contact us page on inventright.com. You can call us, email us, send us a message, or you can drop me an email at andrew@inventright. So now what I want to do is get into a little bit of the history of why we do what we do at inventRight, how inventRight came about, and how we can help you. So a little bit about how inventRight started. I was running my Inventors Association in Silicon Valley. It was one of the largest in the country at the time. And this was 25 plus years ago. This was a long time ago, guys. And I would get people that loved the meetings and they would come back every month. But I found that almost everybody was in the exact same place. It didn't matter that I got a great speaker on patenting or prototyping or licensing or whatever. They would always end up being in the same place. And when they would come back for their next monthly meeting, sometimes I wouldn't see them for a while. I mean, there was guys in there that like were in the same place for 10 years. And so I had asked Stephen, our other inventRight co-founder, to be a speaker at my Inventors Association. And I actually can't remember if I think he showed up to a meeting, was kind of showing his stuff. I'm like, who is this guy? And then I got to know him a little bit and I asked him to be a speaker and people loved him. They're like, oh, I finally get licensing after listening to Steven speak. And Steven was asking me, he's like, Andrew, because he had never met another inventor. He didn't hang around other inventors way back then, 25 plus years ago. He said, everybody seems to be doing a lot of things wrong. I'm like, yeah, it's a once a month meeting is not enough. So Stephen and I started talking, and he's like, well, Andrew, you really understand inventors. You've been around this group forever. I don't really understand inventors. I just understand myself, and I understand licensing. And so I said, why don't we do something? And him and I discussed it. And what we had started doing was we would do live weekend seminars all day Saturday and all day Sunday. And it was grueling. And we would even let people come back for free. And people would say, wow, I finally get licensing after attending your weekend seminar. We let people come back for another weekend for free. But after a bit, and people loved us, they were like raving about us. They're like, you guys are the greatest. I understand this, blah, blah, blah. And I started checking in with people, and people weren't really reaching out, and they weren't doing deals. So they weren't really doing the work, and they weren't really doing deals. So I called Steven, and I said, look, this isn't working for me. And he's like, well, what's the solution, Andrew? And I'm like, I think we should coach. And he's like, what do you know? What do we know about coaching, Andrew? We had sports coaches or whatever. And I'm like, I'll be the coach. You're the negotiation coach. This is 25 years ago. I said, people need their hands held. And I wasn't certain about that because we hadn't tried it yet. And that's when people started having success. We weren't just providing information on a live weekend seminar all day Saturday and Sunday, but we were actually providing hand holding over many, many months, 6 months or a year period of time so that people could learn a trade. I don't care if you're doing this 2 hours a week, it's still a trade. You need to learn the trade. And so that's when people started having success. And here we are 25 years later with students in over 65 countries, 12 coaches. And if you look at our member success page, you'll see a lot of companies, a lot of products or students' products that are currently on the market. Those are just a few that are currently on the market. If it's like a business-to-business product or a medical product, not a consumer product, those aren't even up there. So you can look at our member success page at inventright.com and check that out. So that's just a little bit about why we did it. Now, what's really cool is we have found exceptional inventRight students that we had observed them during their membership with us, and they were doing great. And guess who becomes inventRight coaches? Those amazing members that already know the system and that they have not just the ability to license, but they have the desire to help. Because I have students that have licensed 5, 6, 7, 8 products, and I would never ask them to be a coach because they don't have the right personality. So to be an inventRight coach, you need to be really shine as understanding licensing and doing well, and then also being able to want to teach, to want to mentor, to want to help somebody else. And that takes a different kind of person. And so we got to give a lot of credit to our inventRight coaches that have been with us forever and a day. We have some coaches who've been with us 8, 9 years. Our coaches tend to stick around for a really long time. And they believe just as much as Stephen and I believe in what we're doing. So why do you need to get our help? Because we know what we're doing, because we have 25 years of experience, because we're the most current company on the face of the planet with regards to what I call grassroots licensing, independent inventors licensing to big companies. And we care. We care, and we'll make sure you do and say everything right, and we'll make sure you're on the mark. And so maybe knowing a little bit of history, when we started inventRight 25 years ago, it wasn't like, let's start a business and figure out how we can make money off inventors. We weren't even starting a business. We were like, let's just do some weekend seminars to see if we can help people that to go further. And then the weekend seminars weren't enough. Just like my inventors group wasn't enough, we had to do coaching. And yes, then it became a business. But we never really started it like as a business. And I think there's still that to our core right now. We just wanted to help. We wanted people to be successful with their invention ideas. And we wanted people that were willing to do some work, not people that say, I want to make $1 million overnight and don't want to do any work. We wanted to help the people that wanted to help themselves. So if you want to empower yourself, there's a little bit of history on us. And right now we have the promotion going on, so that's pretty amazing. So go to inventRight, click on the Contact Us page, drop me an email if you like at Andrew@inventRight. And I just want to remind you guys to take care, keep inventing, and just wanted to share that little piece of inventRight history with you. See you guys. Bye.
Okay, you've got this great idea and you need a little help, and we're going to help you. We're going to give away $25,000 in prizes to help you license your ideas to companies at inventRight. So how does this all work? It's pretty simple. Once we hit 100,000 subscribers on our channel, we're going to run a contest and show you how to win some of our programs. So what are we giving away? First of all, we're giving away 2 of our premium programs. That's where you get a personal coach that's going to guide you each week for you to license your product ideas. They're going to be behind the scenes to make sure you're doing everything right, to make sure your marketing material is spectacular, making sure you protect your ideas correctly, and making sure you're reaching out to those companies and saying the right thing. And then once there's interest, we have a coach that's going to come in and help behind the scenes you negotiate that licensing agreement so it's fair and balanced. All right, so what's the second prize? Well, the second prize is 3 gateway programs. What's Gateway? Hey, it's real simple. Gateway is where we at inventRight handle everything for you. We're going to find the companies, find the right people, and make sure your product is pitched correctly to get that licensing deal. So all these prizes, the 2 premiums and the 3 gateways, it adds up to over $25,000 in prizes to you. So how does this all work? It's really quite simple. All you have to do is subscribe down below if you haven't already. And once we hit 100,000 subscribers before the end of the year, we're going to run a contest and we're going to give away those prizes to help you license your product ideas.